Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle and today we are talking about the Brooks Ghost 12. I think I need to disclose that this is the first time that I've ever run in a pair of Brooks shoes. There was a time that I was really hunting around for different kinds of shoe models. This was around the time that I was about to train for my first marathon. And I went into a runner store and I looked at the Brooks stuff and all of the other shoes. I eventually ended up going with another brand because I just felt that the Brooks shoes on offer back then had really low toe boxes. And this Ghost 12 is quite the opposite of that. In fact, it has a very roomy toe box. You can check it out. It's not narrow at all. Um, and the clearance is quite high. So I do think I have some pretty thick toes, so I was really happy that the Brooks Ghost 12 ended up fitting so well on me. But I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself, so let's explain where the Ghost 12 fits into the Brooks family of shoes. So the thing that Brooks boasts about the Ghost 12 is that it features the newest, softest technology of Brooks, which is their Midsole Technology DNA Loft. I'm reading from the press release here. They say that DNA Loft is a finely calibrated mix of EVA foam, rubber, and air. EVA foam puts more in every step, making this the softest midsole Brooks has ever offered. Added rubber means you can stop worrying about your cushion holding up, which means they claim that this lasts a lot longer. Extra air in the midsole ensures that DNA Loft won't weigh you down, so it's also one of their lightest. The Ghost 12 also has the BioMoGo DNA. Basically, the Ghost 12 is Brooks's everyday trainer. It's the shoe you go to whether you want to go for long, steady miles, kilometers, or just the shoe that you throw on if you want to do a quick 5K, I guess. It's supposed to be an all rounder shoe. The Ghost 12 has an engineered mesh upper. There's not a lot of build-up except for this plastic um, overlay here. So yeah, it's pretty squishy. It's just built up around the ankle collar, which provides you a little bit more lockdown. As I mentioned, this ankle collar is pretty cushioned and pretty structured, so it helps keep your foot locked down as your foot moves through the stride. It's a nice and wide entry with a plush tongue, so your foot just slides into there and it it just gets cradled without feeling suffocated. Inside, there is an insole BioMoGo sock liner. Okay. And then just further in, Brooks doesn't leave you unprotected because even the inside of the shoe under the insole still feels pretty plush. So that means that it has a very soft yet secure fit. The cushioning is quite balanced between soft and responsive, and then it gives you a pretty smooth ride because of this segmented crash pad on the sole of the shoe. So wherever you land on the shoe, whether it's towards the front, towards the middle, or towards the back, there's cushioning everywhere. This shoe is for neutral runners looking for a lightweight shoe and a smooth ride without sacrificing cushioning. So Brooks has a few other shoes. I'm reading from their pamphlet here, but Brooks has a few other shoes in its neutral family. They have the Glycerin 17, which is the most cushioned shoe type in the neutral family. And then there's the Revel 3, which offers the least amount of cushioning among their neutrals. Uh, for support shoes, Brooks offers the Transcend 6 and the Adrenaline GPS 20. So the Ghost is pretty much, it sits in the middle. So it's meant to be an all-rounder. So if you're coming off the other shoe brands which kind of they're marketed and made to scream, look at me, I'm a special shoe, then the Brooks Ghost 12 kind of, it feels like a major move in a different direction because they just look like regular running shoes. um, Pretty much they look very average Joe. But what I really like about this look is that there are no distractions. When I lace these up, I feel as if I'm just simply getting down to business. I obviously don't feel like I need to dress up around the shoe because I can just wear anything and just go off on a run. So it's not a forma shoe, in other words, but it really just helps me to get things done. So I just grab these shoes, put on whatever clothes, head out the door, do a run, however short or long I need it to be, and then afterwards I come back in through the door and my legs are fine because these are so nice and cushioned that I haven't felt any aches and pains through my legs and through my back and through my joints in the last 3 weeks that I've been running in these things. Now, when it comes to trying to pick the pace up, I haven't felt like any hesitation in the shoe when I try to put a little more oomph in my step. So it doesn't hold you back, but also it doesn't really propel you forward. It just is, and it allows you to do your thing. So you won't really get a lot of assistance from these shoes when it comes to propelling you off the ground, but they won't hold you back either. Maybe the one thing that could be objectionable is the suggested retail price, which is about 6,495 pesos. Now, for an everyday trainer, to me that felt a little steep. And then I looked at the price of the other shoe that this has kind of been compared against, which is the Nike Pegasus line, and it's priced around the same range. So I was like, oh, so maybe the last time I bought shoes, I was probably buying them at a discount or something, or I was buying the previous year's models, which is why they were a bit cheaper. So yeah, the pricing of this runs pretty standard for the kind of shoe that it is. Maybe the other thing that this might not have going for it is that um, currently the women's model is only available in this color, and the men's shoe is only available in the black pearl oyster um, colorway. So yeah, it's pretty staid. So if you're the kind of person who goes for shoes because they have a visual impact, then this might not be the first shoe that you think about. But I want you to think about this. It's not always in the looks, it's in the performance. And I really like the way that I've been running in these shoes. I've been pretty motivated to keep putting in the kilometers. And that's saying something because I've been doing a lot of running on treadmills and I don't really like clocking a lot of time on treadmills, but wearing these shoes, the minutes tick by pretty fast. I didn't really mind pounding the treadmill like a hamster, and yeah, I've been able to do all of my running mileage for the past 3 weeks. Will I be racing in these shoes? The Milo marathon in Subic, I'm registered for the 10K there, and that was supposed to have happened, I think, towards the first week of August, and it got postponed, so it's going to happen in the first week of September. September 8, I think the date has been reset to. So I have an opportunity to use these shoes in a somewhat race setting, but then I don't really have a lot of pressure in that 10K because it's just going to be my first 10K back and I haven't been training specifically for that distance. So I might take these shoes to the 10K in Subic just because I don't want my body to hurt all over after I do my first 10K in what, 2 years? And I do think that these shoes offer the amount of cushioning that I need so that I don't hurt over that distance. I will see how these work during the 10K and then I'll probably make my decision afterwards because My next race is going to be kind of a long sprint, so it's like uh 700-meter swim, 40-kilometer bike, and a 7-kilometer run. So yeah, I might need the extra cushioning that this shoe has to work through that 7 kilometers. But that being said, I will still have to make my decision after I've run in these in 2 weeks' time. That's right. So to sum up, I really, really, really like these shoes for the way they make me feel when I run. Uh, no doubt, Brooks has achieved its run happy motto with these ones. I only wish that the colorway were a little bit more bright instead of these. But these kind of look a bit denim to me. Sure, they will work with a whole lot of outfit ideas, but sometimes you want your shoes to speak for themselves as well. I'm really happy that Brooks seeded these shoes to me, and they were my first entry into the world of Brooks, because now I'm curious at what the other shoes have to offer as well. So thank you again, Brooks, for seeding these shoes to me. They're a really good all-rounder shoe. They're really consistent and reliable, and that's what you want in a shoe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will be back again next time.